Welcome back. We're on the final episode of this season of Higurashi, and things are starting to make sense. Well, as much sense as they can do in this world. The idea of past lives and experiences, Keiichi waking up and realise, hang on, we've done this before. While also understanding now that the psychosis, paranoia, but a lot of other things are attributed to this, it's all down to a certain parasite that, for some reason, can only survive around the village. At least with the gas leak and it effectively stopping it means that there's no more chance of anyone else getting infected. I'm guessing it wasn't naturally caused then. Did someone think the only way to stop these things is to remove the village? Heavy price to pay, but is there a good way out of this story? At every twist and turn, every version of it that we've seen so far, there's been death, disaster, and devastation. Maybe there is some light at the end of the tunnel, though. We'll have to see what this episode holds. At least they're working together, and now knowing that how things were in the past, they can work towards a bit of understanding. Since Keiichi has already gone through it himself, not being able to see things for what they are, the needle being a marker, his friend's words not carrying the anger and weight behind them that he thought they did, does he now know a way to break through to her? We'll have to see. I'm very much intrigued to see this and what it may hold for the future. So sit down, grab a drink. Let's begin. I wonder how long it's going to be before they can... There's not like... Anyway, how long it's going to be before they can start playing in the club room and whatnot again. Have just fun times. There's no aircon, can't use the window though, so they're... Probably best to keep her away from toxic fumes, no matter how hot and humid it's going to be. But what chemicals and where are they putting it? She has made herself known. And why was there the slow step? Go back in the classroom. They're going to play a game. I mean, everyone can't get in the middle if you're holding one of them. She's foiling her own command. Shameful. I mean, if you got a phone call from someone that disappeared saying, "Oh, I'm over here, can you come find me?" Would you take their immediate word for it? I mean, as the teacher, yeah, probably, but as her friends? Knowing what she's going through, maybe they think there's something else going on there. The main question is, have the worms taken over? Just how far gone is she? It's gonna be it's gonna be tough to get out of this, considering that she's now holding the class hostage. Keiichi had a way back of, from his actions before he went all well, all happy with the bat. This is going to be difficult to talk down the police or not have a record at the end of it. Even if she is brainwashed by parasites. And she's now going to carry the weight of this on her shoulders, considering she left them. Do they negotiate with terrorists? Well, he just said it was. That's actually fair. Fair, I like that. Rather than string or rope, no, we'll use what the school has. Skipping ropes. He will always be by her side, if nothing else, just to... Why does his face seem so small there, even with the perspective? Don't say anything unnecessary. Keeping good tabs on the students. And if it's no, nod by saying yeah. Okay. That one's a no, is it? Ah. Thought there'd be a little more play behind it, but... Good to set up a little plan and agreement in place, since they can't just say no. But to think we're now getting into this kind of back and forth with hostages and the like, what her demands? Pizza? Money? He's on her side, but also not wanting anyone else to be hurt. It would be useful. Oh, that's a... Yeah, might need some cream for that. Someone went through a lot of effort animating that. This is the first time they're ever talking. And for the safety of everyone else in there, it's best if he gets back quickly. Well, you say that, but then dispose of it without her seeing. Some spray and an earpiece that's not very nonchalant. It just got a little bit of mace, some pepper spray and an earpiece. That's... It's to get rid of the smell of the chemicals that they might be using coming through the windows. Now, yeah, they have to be even more careful. They can't go bundling in. Were they empty? Ah. From the suspect. Was this written before? She's starting to fully lose it. A hard timeline. I see. It's more than just a hostage situation. She has a full-blown plan with all of this. The fact that she's this wired while being overtaken by parasites. Oh. Oh, okay. She has an IED. Definitely her ally. Good thing she was using the handle or the back of the blade, at least. That is when he agrees with the course of action. And the fact that she's just standing there, well, kneeling there, and agreeing to the beating. But then your plan will go up in flames. Well, even if this does have a somewhat happy ending, it was a bike lock. Somewhat happy ending, then those kids are going to be scarred. Sorry, I just need to clear my throat. Obviously, don't pay attention to me. Just feeling like a cold coming on. I wonder if he's going to go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire soon. So now he knows about the explosive and... Oh, Christ. Not a lot of time for them to carry out the investigation. No matter how early on she kidnapped them all. Is he a bomb technician? No! Cut the red wire. I mean, there's finite amount of rooms in the school. Good thing that they're so lucid in a situation like this, not losing to fear or anything. I mean, in the tiles, just in the ceiling. If there's a room filled with other kind of ignitable materials, maybe in there, to then help it spread throughout the building. You'd also want to cut off any sort of exit that they might be able to use. A cord? Just follow the wire. It was like a buzzing. Although, now that he's allowed out... Everything is for their benefit, after all. But now that he is out, he can't be sure of everyone else's safety. Extension lead. I wonder if Renner has thought about this and made distractions. What could he have possibly wanted over here? She made a decoy. Oh? The save! You take the lighter. But though... Cool! Where is she? Don't just say, like, where she is. Say, give him a little bit. The first time. How many times have they... How many times have they gone down the same route, almost made the same decisions? Cool, we don't need the preamble, just say where things are or what you've seen. It's bull. Why would the bull be missing? Huh. I mean, I'd probably use something a little more fitting than just a bull, but yeah, fair enough. Filling out the gutters with gasoline? Huh. Ah, now he cannot lose. Now the problem is, both her and Rika are now, in the path between him and Renna. Even if he can get on the roof and disarm it, it's bad that they locked them all for the students' safety earlier. Ah, nothing like a few glass shards. Although, Renna knows all about that. Yes, I'm sure shouting, telling him to hurry up is... Yeah, he was going to take his time before. Have some sightseeing. 13 seconds. Okay. Is it going to be the classic? Like, oh, just in the nick of time. I would not dive, no matter how little time there was. If he just goes over the edge of the roof. So, I missed it. Well, there's no explosion, no fire. 1 second, okay. And that's where it just ticks over. Why were they able to just easily open the window like that? Well, those two are out. What about... What about the one that could have a premonition of the future, or the past, or previous timelines? So now it's a standoff. I guess she just wasn't as sneaky as she thought she was. Yet, she didn't have to do it alone. I mean, if it was aliens, you'd... why would they be interested in a small town like this? They'd be seen over America. Get the men in black involved. They are so quick to launch themselves while standing on a roof. Fair enough. He'll be a hero for a while. The light from the moon kind of shining off of the blade and it leaving trails behind. Kind of unnecessary, but I like that touch. Why did he zone out there? Was he also under the effects of the parasites? Just it's only now starting to take a... Oh, she's out just with a... I didn't see any blood immediately. The fact that she didn't get taken out, considering everything... Does that mean that Rika would manage to either fend her off, escape, or... Maybe Renna herself wasn't as far gone as Keiichi was at the end of the first little section we saw. head turn. They won't be forced into this debacle for all eternity. If he can fix it, no one's... Well, I say almost. Almost no one is dead in this turn. Good that they're, up for a little friendly competition. She hasn't thought of the next steps. And he will fight with her to defend the earth and her honour. I see, okay. Well, it's not the same dream as him then. There's a brief moment of lucidity in all of the madness. Her true feelings there without having to believe that everyone is after her, working against her. Now, does that mean that he's going to purposefully lose? One final clash. At least it was only the bat. Did he... So now it's up to her whether the game ends or not. That's a good question. Where did it all go weird? Now all she needs to do is put down the cleaver. It seems there might be a way out, as Rika was saying. Unless in the next couple of minutes it's like, oh no, so close. They're still on the roof, though I see a few more dangers that could happen. Now all he has to do is make sure that she keeps her fingers away. Give her one of those medical cones. There's still at least light in her eyes and hope. I think those tears are not only for the events that we are seeing unfolding, but light for their entire predicament. Key. Just believe in your friends. The power of friendship. Indeed, there are still a few mysteries, ones that we are yet to see. At least part of the rope that... What is this? Why does she look like Rayman? And is this a flip back, or is it now everyone's forgiven her her attempts to destroy the school? Uh, so this endless June. So yeah, once again, Groundhog Day. Well, exactly, it's more like a month. Groundhog Month. Photographer, yeah, he's out for the count. Though we solved this little disaster section, the kids in the school are alive and well. No one's extra crispy. It is just that this one outcome was avoided. The build up to it still happened. The photographer and the author, the one with so many of these notebooks, yeah, they still succumb to the curse of the village. How far back can we go? How much can actually be changed? Since now it seems though the insanity brought on by the parasites can be overcome with the belief and trust in one another. What they need to do is wake up, realise what they are, what they've been through before, without falling into despair, fear, the various fates that they've had before them. Ooh. At least we know that things aren't set in stone. The small changes can amount into a big shift for everyone involved. I wonder if when, the blade on the wall that she was doing, was that just, alright, this run is fucked. Restart, load an earlier save. Was it just a quick way to skip back to the beginning again? Or do they have to sit and wait it out as well? Aliens, parasites, curses, demons, and families, zombies, and doppelgangers abound. If each one has a reason behind it, I wonder what it would all be in a rewatch. Obviously, now there's episodes that I've seen already where, if I go back to an early arc and watch it again, oh, hang on a second, this is before I knew that Mion and Shion were a thing. I see. How many more moments like that would there be? Yeah. Like with Tomatake and I've forgotten her name, Tamano or something. What led up to their demise needs to be sought out. The little bit that we saw with the doctor who couldn't deal with things anymore. He wrote himself a prescription he couldn't take. That was just, here it is, now it's left. Excuse me? So there's definitely things still left out in the open for us that we haven't even explored. It's like little breadcrumbs, like, think about that. But not enough to really bite onto. You see, when I started Higurashi, didn't know really what to expect. Confused, scared. But really taking a lot of things at, maybe not face value, but from what they were saying, so, okay, I'll accept that explanation. So I was looking into things a little deeper some of the times, but like with the demon overtaking Mion's body, it's like, okay, there's just a family demon. I wonder how many more red herrings there were strewn out throughout all of this. If we're not even getting reliable narrators for everything, how can we believe what we are seeing? Much like Keiji or Rena If people's actions aren't what we are being shown, thanks to the involvement of the parasites, one big question that I think has been in my mind for a while, it's been stewing around, can't really bring it to the forefront. If a lot of the things that I'm seeing, the paranoia, the demon turned twin, the curse, which all then seems to have relatively, not normal, but at least natural explanations to them, what is causing the playback, the Groundhog Day, the infinite June? That one is a little harder to explain. I don't know of any natural phenomenon which would have time travel. Even a very localized wormhole would be pushing it. But we're slowly getting there. People carrying their memories back. Is Renna going to have this one with him? Oh, you helped me out from a very dire situation. Let me repay the favour. Can they bring each little bit of learning to the next iteration? But I was expecting that at the end there to be a new run, because you've just held everyone hostage, threatened to blow up the school. Oh, now we're just in class playing games. Okay. Although yes, I'm pretty sure that was a completely different timeline. Maybe one we've seen before, maybe not. I would like to see more of a Rika-centric episode section thing and have her little detective skills with premonition and what she knows, what she's gone through. What we can muster from all of that. Kind of like with the doctor section with Keiichi in the grass and her just appearing. Where were you? What were you doing? She's out here trying to fix things by herself. Yeah, we need help with this. So, if you're excited to see what the future holds, what kind of mysteries will get resolved, what friends can do for one another, let me know. If I've entertained you, leave a like on the video, maybe even a comment down below. And if you were having a battle to the death, what kind of prize would you want out of it? The idea of having a maid wake him up in the morning, you know what? Could be worse. So, if you want to make sure not to miss out future episodes or future arcs or anything else that may be coming, consider subscribing to the channel. You never know what you might get. But find yourself a bit... But definitely take care of yourself. There are those fighting in your corner even when you think you're alone. Get some rest though, so I can see you in the next one. If you want to avoid the immolation of my channel, consider joining onto my Patreon, because each and every one of them so far has climbed onto the metaphorical roof and defused the bomb that is the YouTube copyright system. So I really do need to thank Noku, Sal, Dolchefan, Guado, Kite, Raywin, Wolfie Sensei and everyone else for every little support that they have given me. Who knows, maybe that maid dream isn't too far away.